From zero to stardom, navigating instant fame and managing its impact. Table Talk with Lale, MJ, and Victor on the challenges of instant fame.
Hello and welcome. It is a beautiful, beautiful day over here. How are you doing? Hope you're good. Okay, so today we'll be talking about trending things on Twitter. No, actually things that are trending on Twitter. And, Chef Dami has been trending because she was seen drawing water from a well. But that aside though. So today we'll be talking about Stardom. From nothing, rising from zero to stardom, navigating instant fame and managing its impact. Today, in today's world of social media, the prospect of you rising to fame, going viral, is just like this, at a snap of a finger. Whether it's through a viral video, social media platform, or a reality TV show, fame can come knocking at anybody's door unexpectedly. And it's how you handle it, because we've seen people like the bread seller Jumoke, the LUP guy, and Chef Dami, a lot of them though, are the roads to stardom. And all of a sudden you don't see them anymore. You see these people, they're trending, they're viral, they're making names and all that. They're here, they're there, everybody's talking about them. And then all of a sudden, a month later, nobody's talking about them anymore. What is the thing that they're not doing right? And MJ and Victor, they're here with me in the studio. And it's not everybody that is really prepared for this thing. This is not something that you were ready for, yeah? This fame just comes. What do you think they're not doing right to maintain this fame, this stardom that they've gotten to all of a sudden, overnight fame? What do you think they're not doing right? Okay, I think we should hear from MJ first.
Well, I think you've mentioned one of it. You have to be prepared. Most of the time, you have to be prepared.
Okay.
And most of these people, they were not prepared. Some of them weren't even looking for fame. They were just going about their normal lives. And somebody somewhere picks out his phone, gets them on video, puts it on Twitter or on Instagram, and then all of a sudden it goes viral. So it was not something intentional. They never prepared for it. And, some of them just reverted back to their old lives, having not wanting anything to do with the fame. So they go back to living their daily lives and it just fizzles out. When everybody feels good about it, after a while, it goes back to status quo. So I think that's one of the reasons why, they fade out so quickly, because they were not prepared. They had no intention to be famous. Exactly. And they just go about living their normal life. So in that regard, you cannot really blame them. They were not seeking for fame. It just happened, and then life goes on. And
Nigerians were good at this. Like, we can make people good popular. And then the next thing, we just drop them. We just abandon them. Remember Mr. Spells and all that? We just abandon them, and nobody's following these people up, man. So Victor, what do you have to say concerning this issue?
Well, from the instances you gave, I would term that as gaining fame by luck. The likes of LUP, Chef Dami, the ones we know now.
But I think Chef Dami actually prepared for it though. I won't say she gained fame by luck, because I'm sure she prepared for her cookathon. She came out, she told us she was going to go for 120, right? 20 hours cookathon. So Chef Dami's case is kind of different than others, like that of Mr. Spells, Jumoke, the bread seller, LUP, and all that.
Well, before now, we didn't know Hilda Bassi. Hilda Bassi took years to prepare for herself. So it depends on the aspects you're going in for. You're going in for a cookathon, you need time to prepare. And I'm certain that Chef Dami never knew about the Guinness World Record that was created by the Indian first. And the time between when Hilda Bassi created the record and when she started hers was quite too small. You can't use less than a month to start a cookathon. So I think the preparation was limited. The people sponsoring her did not do well. And I spoke to someone online, because somehow I don't really like Chef Dami. I don't know why.
Okay.
I feel she's more like a bad belly or something. But I told my guy was talking to me about Chef Dami, and he was like, we never even hear about her. I was like, I wish don't go and the rest. So all of a sudden we now saw her yesterday from the video. She was fetching water from a well. And these are some of the things that usually happen in our society today. You see someone just create a video, and then we Nigerians, we have a huge social media presence online, so we can just make something blow up. And it's more like them not even bothering themselves to progress on the fame they already have. Because if they progress on it, they can actually create something, but they don't leave it there and then pin it on their Twitter handle and say, they were once.
But then, speaking about Chef Dami, does fame make you just drop your usual ways, like your normal way of living? And now, just because you rose to fame all of a sudden,
why?
Because I feel this is how she has been living, fame or not. She draws water from the well, maybe. So
why it trended on social media is because there was a particular picture she took, and she was coming from somewhere, and then she was with a lot of security guys. I can send the picture now, right now.
Okay.
A lot of security guys, like there were about 3-4 of them. I'm like, what is this? Even Hilda Bassi herself will not come out and then be coming out with so much security like that. So it's the way she brought herself. And that's why Nigerians, and Twitter is all about the bash, the banter and the rest. So everyone wants to banter.
And then MJ, you were saying something earlier, and you said something about these people not having something to fall on, not having a brand. Like, it's more like you don't have something. Okay, now we've seen you for this, we know you for this funny guy that happened in this particular skit. All of a sudden, we know you. Now we want more. We're going back. We're not seeing anything to fall back on. We're saying, just like you said about Hilda Bassi and Chef Dami. Hilda Bassi, actually, she has had a restaurant for a while. She's been planning. I think she won Best Jollof competition one time. So I think people knew her a little bit. Not like they know her now, but at least she had something going. She had a brand that she was building. And there was also a video I saw yesterday of Sabinus, now Mr. Funny. And he was saying there was a time he used to have just 2 views. And the 2 views was just him and his auntie. And then maybe, I think his auntie will not comment, Ima, you don't tell, I never see you. She doesn't even comment about the video, but it's just about, him. And then he will reply. That was only what he got. But I think he kept doing it until the point where he got that particular video where he blew, and then people went back to his old videos. Start watching them. MJ was telling me like earlier, it's all about building yourself.
There is also a lot of intention that goes with it. It depends on what you want. Like you said, you cannot build something on nothing, right? So if you do not already have a desire to, like the Sabinus instance you gave, he was doing comedy skits. He wasn't famous at the time, but that is what he was doing. And that is what he kept on doing, comedy skits, and that's what has made him famous today. So the consistency is there. Okay. And when you have a base, you can easily build on the fame that you receive when it happens. But when you have nothing, no foundation whatsoever, just a normal guy or a normal girl walking down the street, and then you say something funny and people have it on video and then they laugh about it. I mean, it's just that you didn't plan for it. You don't have anything to fall back to. And it also depends on how you manage it. These people, like I said, they just go about their normal lives. They don't want anything to do with this.
Yeah.
It's attractive, the fame. Of course, it's attractive. Everybody wants to be famous, but that's not what they called out for. So they just go back to living their normal lives. If they have, I think they would do better if they have people around them who can help them. Sometimes these people need help. That's why you see some of the celebrities, they have managers, because you might not know how to turn a spark into a fire. Somebody needs to tell you, oh, this spark, let's just add a little fuel and then we will get the fire that we need. And you have to keep that fire burning. So when you are not intentional about it, it becomes very difficult. When you cannot capitalize on that moment of stardom, when you cannot build on it. The LUP guy, he I don't think he's a comedian. It's just a normal guy who went to the polling unit to cast his votes. Yeah. And then, made light of whatever was happening there. Somebody had him on video, and then he trended for that period when we had the elections. But the elections come once in 4 years. And exactly. Maybe we'll have to wait until the next election before he trends again, if we want to go by that. But if he had someone around him that could help him, that was funny stuff. You could start liaising with people that would also want to latch on to the popularity that you have at the time, and then they give you a platform. For instance, you could meet show promoters or these event organizers, and of course, you're not a comedian. You introduce yourself. I am the LUP guy, and then everybody say, "Oh, I like what you did," and the video is trending. And brands would want to jump on it at that time when it's trending. And that is the time when you have to build on it. Because if you come 3, 4, 5 months later on, like now, we've all forgotten about it.
Something else is trending.
We've all forgotten about it. And
Exactly.
okay, you're the LUP guy, and so what? What other content do you have? What do you have to offer aside the LUP? That is gone now. We need something fresh. So that intention, that consistency, and being able to manage to realize that moment and make the most out of it, I think that's what a lot of these people lack.
Oh, very much. Okay.
Now,
All
let me give one more instance.
Okay.
There's this influencer on Twitter. His name is Alabi. So they had a matchup. Victor Osimhen, the Napoli striker, is in Nigeria, and they had just a little matchup with a mocking post, and they were just enjoying themselves. And I think what we usually call OC, Victor Osimhen gave the ball, and then he kind of fell down with a posture that was really funny. Now, an artist took it up, they took the photo, and now it's become like, this Nike brand now. So he has to rebrand it and put it in his own way. I've forgotten the name now. I can't really get out to it, but he's rebranded his photo. It looked funny at that time, and anytime people see it, they always laugh. They'll be like, see how he take Peter Lale for ground.
Yeah.
But now he's brought it as a brand. I think he's going into clothes, and he's going to produce clothes and the rest. And it's going to be a logo of the brand. So I think it's the Labi brand also. And he's also, commercialize it, legalize it as well immediately without even waiting. I'm not sure it's up to a month since that happened. So these are people that they know what social media about. They know how to maintain fame. But these other set of guys, they just see it and I don't blow. Okay, maybe like that.
Okay, I think this just brings to mind the quote that when opportunity meets preparation, preparedness and hard work, it births a miracle. In conclusion, in all we've said today, it's just preparedness. Prepare yourself for this fame. If you really want it, you have to be prepared for it. You have to build, you have to plan. It may not come at an instant, but when it comes, it comes. But then you're prepared for it. But then now, what happens to those that did not prepare for it? Maybe they don't even want it, like you said. Maybe that's not what they wanted for their life. But yeah, I think we'll continue this some other time, maybe on the next episode or something. And I hope that this was helpful one way or the other. MJ, Victor, I hope we get to do this some other time.
It's the same thing we're talking about the people now. We can do this and people feel very good about it. If we don't do it again, they will forget about it, because that's how fickle the mind is, especially when it comes to entertainment.
That's what I'm saying. I hope we get to do this again.
To be consistent. So, cheers to consistency.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Hope to see you next time.
From zero to stardom, navigating instant fame and managing its impact. Table Talk with Lale, MJ, and Victor on the challenges of instant fame.